Hi, I'm Doc Owen with Action Figure Times, and we're continuing on with Arkham Days. Now we're looking at a figure from Series 2 of the Arkham Asylum figures, Victor Zsasz. Now you can see Victor is in the normal Batman packaging that you see. There, not only does it say Zsasz, but then right underneath it, it has the Series 2 so that you know what you're looking at. The other figure, this was the one that I actually had trouble finding some of these figures. Poison Ivy, Bane, and Armor Batman are also in this wave. Now, I believe that this is the first time that Victor has ever had an action figure. Now, Victor's actually in both games, Arkham City and in Arkham Asylum. Now, the thing that I think is funny is that both times, I guess the second time you have to be a little bit trickier, but both times basically, you don't just really get to pummel the crap out of him. You know what I'm saying? You know, the first time they're trying to teach you about being stealthy and hiding and stuff like that in the stuff, and then the second time you're kind of working your way around. But, I mean, Victor's one of those villains, you know, you would just like to just beat the sap out of. And this is, I see he's got a lot of ties, so I'll be right back with you. So we're back looking at Victor Zsasz. Now, I have to say I'm actually kind of impressed with this figure on several different levels. First off, I love the fact that he's more in a crouch than some of the others. Kind of gives him that kind of caged animal look, you know what I'm saying? Which is definitely true of Victor. The knives, now let me tell you this is kind of a downside. The knives do fit in his hands. And one thing that's cool, by the way, and maybe we'll look at it when we get him up close, is that they're actually two different hands, two different stylings. They just didn't replicate it on either side, which I think is cool. But these were a pain in the butt trying to get these knives in here, which he does come with knives. I don't know that I'm going to show you the knives separately because it was a pain in the butt getting them in his hands. Now, a couple things that I find really, really cool, and I'll let you look at him kind of up close, is that, you know, he's got his tattoos of the blades like right around the center of his head, okay, which is kind of cool. Those are not marks. Now these are actually scars. You know, these are where he's made kills and put them on there, and they've done a pretty liberal job of putting different scars all over him. One thing that I find kind of weird though is he's got scars on his back. Now, is that something you like call your buddy over and say, yo bro, listen, I just wiped out 5 people today. You think right down here you could give me some marks and stuff? And I mean, they're all over. And again, on his back, he does have some tats. This is actually not a tat. This is part of his restraining collar. But on either side of it, you can see he's kind of got the tats there that is knives. And then there's, I can't tell whether it's some Native American symbol or Indian symbol in the middle. But he does have the little marks. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Victor, maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. Every time he commits a kill, he makes a mark. And then some of the things, such as the foreheads and stuff like that, those are actually special marks, which to him was a big kill or something. Now, one of the things I really like about this figure, and let's let it, there you go. They've got locks all over him. The detail on this thing is amazing. You've got chains there. Look at that lock there. You've got a lock right here. You've got a hook there. I mean, this is really cool. It makes me wonder how he got out. And also why they didn't give him a shirt. But anyway, you've got his leggings here. Now, there is not much articulation. They will spin back and forth. He will spin back and forth. But quite frankly, I'm really impressed by the detail on this. Also, with him being kind of crunched over like this, it makes it so when Batman, you want to have your Batman figure kicking, psh, since there's limited articulation, he can actually do it. You know, okay. Anyway, let's look at him up close. So here we are. Now these are the raised portions that I was talking about. Face, I actually really like the sculpt. You can kind of see his tat there on the side that's swords or knives. And then on the top of his head, you can kind of see that right there, that's kind of neat. They did an excellent job. You can see all of his different markings. The locks look great. The suit. This is really a very, very cool figure. I had a bear of a time getting these into his hands, so I'm not going to show you them separately, but the knives look good. He's even got a little bit of a dangling chain. Now, there's not much articulation here. It's that's about all that it'll rotate, and I've broken enough DC direct figure, so I don't want to bust this one up. Two knives look good. Look at these. I mean, look at the detail. One of the things I find cool, though, he has no leg articulation. Well, I guess kind of there. One of the things I find that's very, very cool is they actually made him look dirty. I mean, see that? I mean, he looks like he's been climbing around inside of a city, and he looks filthy. Especially in the game, since you know that you find him kind of in that water plant. This is actually kind of cool. Look how dirty the uniform looks. Their paint applications are absolutely amazing. Now on the back, he's got another tattoo. And you can see more of the daggers with the same tattoo there. And he's got these markings on the back. Again, I mean, do you just say to your bro, hey man, could you come over and cut on me? I just ended up wiping out a family. I mean, that's just weird. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed looking at this figure today on Arkham Days at aftimes.com. Tomorrow we'll have something cool for you to look at as well, so make sure you tune back in.